Yesterday's master man.
Said I'm sipping on that lean, careful with my team. Sipping on that lean, careful with the cream. Sipping on that lean, careful with my team. Sipping on that lean, careful with.
Peace, my original family. I would like to dedicate this video to my great brother, Infinite Al-Jamar. I met Infinite Al-Jamar as a young God in the 5% nation of gods and earths. He was a very positive brother. He influenced me in many ways by teaching us various plus lessons. He was also a master at making our universal flag. He taught many brothers from all over. He was truly a universal builder and a supreme being, true and living God. Infinite Al-Jamar, your teachings and the brothers and sisters that you left behind will continue to manifest and teach Allah world manifest. Allah never dies. He only continues to live. So Allah still lives through you and through us. Peace, God. Hope that you enjoy this in the mind.
I can't blame Al-Jamar for making eight babies, but I wanted to know about that. I see Al-Jamar in the cipher, and a brother asked him how much a raindrop weighs, and he knew the answer. Now, I don't know if it was true or not, because I can't prove or disprove it, and we don't take nothing on face value, but I do know everybody shut up after he gave that answer. You know what I'm saying? And so this is how it was for Al-Jamar. It caused me to start getting civilization classes in the high school. Guards was coming from all over, Medina and elsewhere, to the classes. My principal could have lost his job if I had guards in there. They wasn't in school, high school, and they didn't go to that school. I gave my word that nothing gonna happen, and he let us ride. Wow. You know, I asked the God one time, I said, God, because I wanted to start teaching the earth. I said, God, how you teach the earth? He said, you stupid mother. He said, if I told you how to teach your woman, wouldn't she be mine? And y'all may not understand to the degree that I'm saying this, but from that point on, I love with the greatest love. And I be looking, a woman supposed to marry your mind. So if she ain't marrying your mind, it ain't no marriage. And I listen to brothers, sisters be talking about, brothers be saying, sister, well, you know, it don't go like that, sister. You know, no, the God is teaching you wrong. Like, who mind is she marrying? If she marrying your mind, ain't no other at all supposed to come in between that. You know, so I started teaching, and I was teaching sisters and brothers, and I met my earth in March 19th, 1977. And we've been together ever since. My earth, not my woman, not my lady, my earth. She has never wore pants a day since then. And the pants, refinement don't make you earth. So let's be clear about that. But she was reflecting my life. And that was my mindset. And that's the way it was. And that's what she did. So from that point on, I'm sorry.
You got to let him go, Queen. What you doing, man? Let the God build. Is you crazy?
They don't know.
Drop it, Shati. Drop it.
I had my first child with my earth, and we moved from Park Slope to Flatbush. And lo and behold, Al-Jamar was not too far behind. You know, we was living on 21st Street at 18, and Al-Jamar, my pops was a super. Al-Jamar was living in the building. We used to have classes in our apartments. And then we just outgrew it. It used to be like 30, 40 brothers in our crib. Wow. I got 1, 2 babies, 1 bedroom, and we in the living room deep. And then what Al-Jamar did, he went on Lenox Avenue, started building with some guards, and all of a sudden we had a basement. Lenox Road, yeah, pardon me. And we had a basement. Man, we would fix up the basement. It was mad down there. We fixed up the basement, painted, and everything. Then I went back, Al-Jamar he said, this is the brother I got to teach y'all the martial arts. So the brother started teaching us martial arts. Yeah, Al-Jamar even started a cadet corps. I mean, he had us going left, right. I mean, he was like a drill sergeant for real. And this is what we was dealing with. When the owner of the building found out what we was doing, they got these grand ideas, they kicked us out, and then they painted it sheetrocket, and then all of a sudden the super had to live in the basement. So then we went to my building, because my pops was the super. He let us ride in the basement. The same thing happened. We got tired of being in the basement. So what happened was, with the brother that taught the martial arts, his father owned the building. So we went to 51 MacDougal, where we started a school, you know what I mean? And we started doing things for the community. I mean, Al-Jamar was doing this ever since I met him. In fact, I found out he had a program dealing with the children in Brevoort Project up until the day he went home. Ever since I knew Al-Jamar, this is how he rocked. Yeah. Yeah. You know, so I just wanted you to know the things and how he affected me. You know what I'm saying? And then when we had the school on MacDougal, like, we got a call that the principal of Boys and Girls High was talking ish about us. And the next day we was up at his school, having a meeting with the principal, telling them what we did. And we told them, if you have any problems with 5%ers, let us know. And we was coming up there to straighten it out. Quality born. And God's cipher, man. Al-Jamar was the first to tell me who I really was. Because in Equality Born, a brother you guys know by the name of Law B, his name was Born Law at that time, enlightened me, and to me, he disappeared. You tell me, there's supreme alphabet, supreme mathematics, 12 Jews of Islam, and their meanings. Take this home and show your parents what you learned today. Man, he got the stew beat out of me. I went home, said, Dad, look what I learned today. What? Where did you get this crap? I don't ever want you to bring this in my house. Grabbed me by my hair, beat fire out of me, took the lessons outside and burnt them in the backyard. I'm like, it was a little dramatic, wasn't it? What's in there that he doesn't want me to know? I'm whipping your tail, because, you know, I grew up with behind witness, but I turned out fine. I was another 600 problem child. I used to get in so much savvy heat that it was pathetic. For those who know me, they'll tell you. You had a problem with the nation. I was a baby. You called me, I'm coming to shoot somebody.
That's right.
Real talk. Those who know me know. Shorty, where you get that? Shut up. Because by the age of 10, I knew 120 lessons. At the age of 11, I thought nobody could tell me nothing.
Okay.
How wrong was I?
I say that to say this. And the time Shatik was talking about on East Wisdom Knowledge, and that building knowledge bill, a lot of serious things went on.
Now Allah was in that building too. Let's keep it right.
Now, for those who, have been around long enough, when they see me, they where you been? I've been on this planet teaching Islam. Where you been? See, the reason Allah gave us this is not to converse with each other all the time.
That's right.
But to get out there and teach he who is savage the meaning of civilization.
Right.
Righteousness. The knowledge of themselves and the science of everything in life, man.
Well, peace and health.
And we, as of yet, with all these complications that we're being tossed, with all the seasonings, the COVID and the this and the that we're being sprinkled with, the fentanyl, the this, the that, the gangs, the this, the that, with all the things that's making it that much harder, to taking the discipline from the parent, they knew the seed was going to become rebellious. I knew that. Why? Because when my father tried to take mathematics from me, I became rebellious. As a baby, what is in there that he don't want me to know? So, I went back to the guard the next day. And I'm supposed to be on punishment. I ain't even supposed to be out the crib. Because my mind led me there. Ain't like a track in the mind. Ain't like being like, it's as simple as we see it like. It's as simple as ABC, man. That's how I was taught. So I went back to the guard. I said, man, you got the stew beat out of me. I can't take that to my crib. My pops is rebellious. What's in there? He said, well, I'm going to tell you what, God. You need to put it right here. This is a book that nobody can erase. That's right. He said the duty of the brain is to remember, God. It functions on recalls and experiences as well as other stimulants and knowledge, God. Without that, there could be no function except that has been set into motion by thought and is self-sustained in its own cycle. For thought is the first realm of creation. With that comes a many ideas.
Drop it, merciful.
So, okay. Lesson learned. I'm going to have to study this right here. Since I can't take it home with me, I got to take it home right here.
That's right.
6 months later, I was a wizard. Because I stayed on punishment. Didn't I tell you not to go back out this house? Where the hell? Now I don't want to see you at the door, the phone, nowhere else. So what did that do? That gave me time to study. Gave me time to remember. Gave me time to function on recall. And I say this. A lot of things happen in that building, not as Bill. Like Shatik said, we used to have civilization classes in there. And if you didn't know your joints, Lord have mercy. Because there was no hot seat. You got the hot beats put on you. And you wasn't allowed to come back until you knew something. Next time I see you, you better have something positive to tell me. That was that man right there. As I grew, I'm still getting in trouble. That man said, hold up, man. You got any babies? At that time, I said, no. Hold fast, God. You risking your life every day out here, God. With no seeds, God? So go make some babies. Make some babies. I mean, you haven't got a job. You just want to make some babies. Then get one. I say that to say this. God fashioned, like the God said, the whole community. Because he knocked on doors. He came and knocked on my door. You really trying to get me killed now. But see, my father wasn't home, but he was able to build with my mother. So my mother said, you know what? His father's a real disciplinarian because my father was militant. He was military. He was a drill sergeant, for real, in the Marines. So that's all he knew. He tried to enforce that on me. I'm not having that. I'm not you. I'm me. So God said, what's your attribute? Now here it is where a lot of people get this thing mixed up at. In that day and time, they use the word attribute. There is no such word. The word is attribute. See, individuals with their little slang language, you know, wanted to sound slick and cool. What's your attribute? And that turned into attribute. The brother right here told me it's attribute because it's what you attribute to this nation that you're going to get back. The more you put in is the more you get out. And the live seed is living energy which is created in first formed in the mind known as living gas that exists in the brain. Having the knowledge of creation, that energy begins to give off a superior amount of heat, causing the gases to mingle and heat the body. This is called the transformation of gas with the right amount of heat. That gas transformed that liquid into a seed, presently known as the creation of a baby from a live seed air particle in a cloud of blood.
Drop it on them. Drop it on them, God. Drop it on them. Yeah, but let him drop what he got to drop. Don't interrupt him. Finish it.
Go make some babies knowing that.
Don't get up here with that clown shit.
And that
Tell the real
transformed
story.
me knowing, like I said, man, the duty of a civilized person is to teach he who is savage. It's not for us to bicker. It's not for us to, you know, get up here and say all these wicked things about each other. Because I just took that brother to his residence from Age of Means service. Sent two brothers to him to get flags the day after that. Told him I was supposed to come back and get another joint from him that I paid him half for. But that's material. I'm going to miss him more than I miss all of that. Because God is real, man. And don't ever forget it.
Thank you, black man.
Peace.
Peace.
Decided to take it off.
Sure.
And I haven't seen him put another one on since. But what I want to build on now, God, is just say, I'm not trying to make it an NA or AA meeting thing, but it's the reality of truth. A lot of our brothers is leaving us, man. And they leaving us, man, on health purposes. Our degrees, when we first came into the knowledge of ourself, it says knowledge of self. Self, meaning knowing yourself, mentally as well as physically, God. What's going on with your biochemical structure, God? If you know that your health is not good, artificial stimulus is not going to help it, God. But a lot of our brothers are still dealing with those artificial stimulus, God, and making their health even worse. I manifest this a lot of times to brothers. You have plus lessons, you have 120 degrees, you know history. That don't mean you got knowledge of self because you don't even know your own self if you don't know your health. How many of these brothers got records of their health? You got all these lessons, but do you have records of your own health? A lot of them say knowledge, culture, knowledge, power. It says our duty is to teach. And God was a great teacher. He was a great civilizer. He's laying there right now, God. And he's teaching us right now. Get into your health. Know yourself. And once you know yourself, God, then you be at peace with self. Peace born understand the cipher. You got to understand the cipher that exists within you. And if you want to deal with the laws of Yaku, tell us how the devil was made, that's to understand the cipher. He understood the cipher that exists within the black man's biochemical structure. This is why he was successful. Understanding self also give us knowledge. He lived out word is born. We got to live out the word is born as well. He lived out word is born. And he's living it out right now while he's laying there telling us, wake up and smell the coffee. It's about getting into yourself and understand yourself, mentally as well as physically. And with that, I'm going to say peace, because there's nothing mystical, magical, nor mysterious.
Peace.
I met Al-jamar in Wisdom Cipher Knowledge, 2001. I met Al-jamar, most of y'all didn't even know who I was. Al-jamar was my protector, and a protector for my family as it developed from 2001. I would go up to a law school in Mecca on a Saturday, and he'd say, "Peace, Queen. I saw you waddling through Bedside." Weird, because I was bearing life. I was pregnant. So I'm waddling down Fulton Street, going to the nail salon, going to the halal deli to get breakfast, because, you know, big girls eat. But Al-jamar would see me and never say anything. Wouldn't even, you know, like sometimes people see you in the car and like, boop, boop, peace. You know, they see you. He would never say anything. He would tell Father Bashan, "I seen your Earth Bushwick yesterday." I say, Big Brother is watching. Al-jamar protected my family from the very beginning. He taught us. He protected us. I would say, "Karima, come here." Karima, that's my youngest, younger for those who don't know, but everybody knows Karima. Karima would run straight to Al-jamar and grab him around the leg. She was about 2, 3. She runs straight to Al-jamar. "Uncle Al-jamar, Uncle Al-jamar, peace, Queen. Come here, niece. What's your old Earth after you now for?" Because we always knew Karima did something, but she runs straight to Al-jamar. Everything for my family, he protected. When Father Bashan became ill, I spoke to Al-jamar maybe every other day. And we fought cancer for over 5 years. He was there. If Al-jamar rode with you, he rode with you. He rode you if you was wrong.
That's right, yeah.
He helped you to correct the error of your ways and made sure that you got it right and intact. Like the typewriter, he had this publications. "Earth, did you read the last thing I put out?" "No, God." "Well, I'm sending you another copy." "Oh, okay, God. I need you to, then he asked you about stuff on a page, and you're like, so you had to definitely make sure that you read it. But I wanted to say to the family, like many others have said, thank you for sharing Al-jamar with us, because he was and still is, as I said, because I believe that, first of all, we always say Allah never dies. I believe that energy changes. It changes form, it changes strength. And I be a witness laugh when I said, when that energy changes, when a person's physical body returns, when they take that last physical breath and that energy changes, I said, I can only imagine the build between Father Bashan, Al-jamar, and Sia Keel. If you know, you know. Because Sia Keel was a big dude.
That's right.
And we know what Al-jamar was. Al-jamar wanted to fight Sia Keel. He was bumping his chest. Whoa, I don't know who. And they go through some lessons, and Al-jamar raised his voice, and Sia Keel just kind of like, God, come on now. Come on, God, stop playing. You know, no, and he was just mad. I said, so with this change in energy, I can only imagine just a glimmer of what their builds are like with that change of energy, because I know what they were like when they were physically here. So I just want to send positive thoughts and energy and strength to the family in their time of bereavement. Al-jamar was loved, man. This is not even 10% of the people that he touched. He was impactful on so many lives in so many different ways, to so many degrees. Some a little, some a whole lot. But he was there for a purpose. And I'm positive that within the family, he served the purpose with the loved ones. But for our nation, You know, Al-jamar was the truth. I sat on the board of Black Family with him. Earth, well, this is what I need you to do. And here come that left hand, that hook. You know how Al-jamar wrote like this? And he right this way. Karima is left-handed. So him and my niece, that's my niece, us lefties stick together. You know, that hook. And he had the beautiful penmanship. I was like, I don't know no dude that write this. I'm just hating. My handwriting is horrible. But you know, it was so many things about him that he brought to the table, and his love for the community and the give back that he gave on every level to so many different peoples. People, it wasn't just the nation. It was just original people. He had a love for original people and the betterment of original people. Like you said, every school, Al-jamar, he was part of our caravan. When he lived on one road, we go with the car seat, move the car seat over. I'm sitting in the back with the young artists. They get in the car. We go to Staten Island. We out in the desert. We go into Mecca. We go into Pelon. We go into Philly. Where we going? We road tripping. We had the band, caravan. And we went we're going to Pittsburgh. We went to the Native American Museum up in Massachusetts. You know, we took a whole bunch of people for that. It was always some growth and development in whatever Al-jamar touched. And for that, I will be eternally grateful, and that will always be my strongest memory. Not in
1974, it was 73 when I got knowledge of self. I'm gonna be very brief. First, let me say to the biological family, a lot of us that's sitting in this room would not still be here or remain here if it wasn't for him. So we thank you, the family, for sharing him with us, because there was many times where the school in down south needed his help. The school in Staten Island needed his help. The school in the Bronx needed his help. Wherever the schools were, Al-jamar was there. You have to appreciate not so much what a man says, but do his works and deeds. A lot of families that's extended from us don't really know what the 5% Nation of Gods on Earth do. But I implore you to get onto our website and find out exactly what it is that we do, because there's a lot of misconceptions about us. Somebody mentioned the situation in Brevoort houses. That's where I rest. There's a sister named Black Earth. I still call her Black Earth, but she's the director, and because of her physical stuff, she can't come around. So she said to extend thanks to the family for Al-jamar for doing the clothing drive and everything in the center. Now, when that space became available to me, free of charge, the first person I thought of was him, because he's done that before. When you want a man to come do your carpet, you want him to have the experience of cleaning carpets. You don't want a guy that don't know how to clean carpets to come in there and clean your carpet if he don't have that knowledge. This man has opened organizations and centers before. He was responsible for a lot of the summer food programs that we saw throughout the years. That was all throughout the projects. Wherever there was a need, Al-jamar was there. Okay, so let's not get it twisted. Give thanks to those who were here before you, because it is now on us to give it back the way they gave it. Al-jamar spent lots of times neglecting his own family to come and build for this nation, believe it. Because anytime you spend the time he spent in other states and all the schools that he went to, how much time do you really have for your other family? See, so you have to take a lot of these things that people say with a grain of salt. Like, you know, I'm with the father, but the father was only with us from 64 to 69. That's 5 years. That's not a lot of time. So where did you get all this time to spend with him? If you listen to what people say, you'll know that they tripping, as we say. But I say that to say this. Our nation gives life beyond our own self. Now, the God spoke about health. I'm going to reveal something that has been going on with me. Many of you know me as see the dramatic weight loss. I'm suffering with cancer. I won't go into the stages or whatever, but that's not important. The important fact is I didn't do my due diligence, and so this is on me. Okay, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So if you are in that age range, man or woman, go get yourself checked out. Please do that. Okay? Please do that. Because it may be your own life that you save. That's why I'm content with going home when it's time. Because I've done my due diligence. I've been in the streets. I've been on the rooftops. I've been in the clubs. I've been in the gutter teaching this knowledge wherever I went. There's many brothers in this place right now who was with me in that struggle. You know what I mean? Now, when I came up here, it was my understanding. I didn't mean to cut nobody off. It was my understanding that it was a 12-4 situation. But as the Queen just said, the family got to make remarks. And then this guy said, the brother said, we maybe can do that afterwards. But listen, man, this is about those folks sitting right there. Because if it wasn't for them, then a lot of y'all wouldn't be here. Because in a way, I love them more than I love Al-jamar. I know that sounds crazy because they gave us Al-jamar. Right. So you give love to the root and the seed that produced him. Not just the man himself, but the family that produced him. And I'm going to miss him because he was my co-pilot lately going to the parliament. You know, great mind, you going to parliament, he called me out. We live a few blocks, I would go pick him up. But in closing, because I do want to come back up here. To the family, once again, there are no words that can adequately express what I feel for him. No words, okay? But I just had to say that to you guys, to you family, because it was very important. Peace.
My turn. I said, come on, but I'm like a little stage fright, man. All these people getting there and speaking. I start building. I start talking about the pork and what Islam has did to me and changed my life around and everything like that. And he said, that's peace, that's peace. And then I saw Al-jamar, years later, all of a sudden he said, God, I got this flag for you. I said, really? Oh yeah, man, I got more stuff for you too. I got this black soap for you too. I said, really? Oh yeah, I got this newspaper for you too, man. I said, really, man? Yeah, he said, you better come and get it. But what I truly love about Al-jamar was his love, his careness and things like that. I wouldn't say he bombed people. He helped people to recognize, the situation and things like that. He's truly going to be missed. Peace.
We still have time. If anybody else want to get up and speak and have some kind words about Al-jamar. But I know one incident came across my mind. I'm in Medina, and I'm walking down Rockaway Boulevard. So I run into Born Supreme, and he's with this brother. So this Born Supreme is telling the brother, you're going to have to change your name. He said, because you're going to run into some sisters that got knowledge of self, that know 120 lessons, so you're going to run into some brothers. So the brother wanted to change his name. And I just left Al-jamar. This is crazy. Just left him. So I'm by the train station, so I run into Born Supreme. Born Supreme said, peace, Queen, I'll bear witness. Peace, Born Supreme, how you doing? He said, I'm good. He said, I want you to meet the God. So I turned around and I said, peace. Give him the handshake. I said, so what's your name? He said, my name is the Law of Silence. I said, what? He said, my name is the Law of Silence. I said, wait a minute, hold that thought. And I drink, but I don't drink in the street. I went across to the liquor store, and we got a big bottle of Hennessy. Came back. I said, what's your name again? He said, the Law of Silence. I said, wait a minute, hold on. So I called Al-jamar. I said, listen, I'm with Born Supreme and this brother. He says, so what's the brother? What's wrong with the brother? I said, you're not gonna like the name that he just gave me. He said, what you mean I'm not gonna like the name Earth? He said, put the brother on the phone. I said, no, better yet, I put him on speaker. Put the phone on speaker. So Al-jamar says, peace. My name is Infinite Al-jamar, you Allah. He said, what's your name be, my brother? He said, my name is Allah Silence, and what you know about that? All I heard was Al-jamar just get quiet for a minute. I said, I said, Born Supreme, I get this to about 5. Let's count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All I heard was, When the law be silent, black man, I'll never silence. The law is never silent. What's wrong with you? And you want to change your name? And I said, I said, so boy Supreme, it's your man, right? That's your man, right? He said, yeah, unfortunately, Queen, I'll be with this. I said, listen, I'm not going to hear the end of this. So I'm going to take my phone and I'm going to let y'all go on to Al-Jamar's house. You know what I mean? Because he's not happy with this. So I get home. Al-Jamar called me about that same brother. I said, Al-Jamar, I just met the man. I don't know the man. He said, well, listen, you know I had to change his name. I said, oh, you did? I said, oh, so they did come to the house? He said, yeah, they did. I said, so you told him what it had to be? He said, yeah. But I told him a law is never silent. A law of bills. I said, yeah, you're right, black man, law of bills. He said, what you mean? But I said, no, I'm only agreeing with what you say now. I'm only agreeing with what you say. Because right about now, I don't want to even get to this with you. You know what I mean? Because I know how you do. I know how you are. And I don't want to be the epiphany of that conversation. Not at all. And I'm going to miss this man tremendously. Because again, he has taught. And I mean, he has really taught old, new, didn't matter, babies. One thing I loved about that man, whether you was right or wrong, bad, good, or indifferent, he's still gonna let you know Allah is the God. Right. Always has been, always will be. Right. So again, if anyone has anything they need to come and talk about our beloved brother, feel free to, because we only here till 4 o'clock.
It's already been done. Al-Jamar did this, and y'all might look at me and get a little credit. He's the DJ of the nation. No, Al-Jamar did it first. You know what I'm saying? He started a bank account with us. Started the first bank account. I wasn't even 20 years old. I'm 60. I just turned 60. I met him when I was 13 years old. Wow. And Al-Jamar was always active, always doing something. We found out guards was locked up, man. We throw a party and give all the money. There never was no thing about no money with us. We just came together and did what we had to do. So I had to speak on that to let brothers know the effect that he not only had on me, but a lot of children. And ain't nothing new under the sun. What is being tried has already been done by the Son of Man. Peace.
Peace. Yeah. Be original man. All the rest of the guards. Peace. Born black. Yeah. I got y'all. You know I'm up there. God in them streets. That's right. All the guards. Yeah. Yeah. Peace. What's up, black man? K-Ball, you know what I'm saying? All the guards is out here, guarding them streets for real. Thank you, God, off my joint. You know what I'm saying? Praise. I go way back with all these brothers, that's right. All right. All right. Huh. Yeah.